Today, we want to go into feeling more free, feeling liberated, feeling excited for what is about to come, feeling in alignment with your true self, right? Going really to this north node that is actually in alignment with your highest potential. Now, to get there, we have to work a little bit around it. So imagine you have a lot of water, and in that water, we have some kind of rocks, and these rocks are actually blocking the water. Now, the water is already there, right? The blocks are already there. But what you can do is you can lift the blocks a little bit to the side, so actually your stream of energy is increasing. This is always why I'm like, okay, we don't have to um, hurry up so much or be annoyed by these blocks or think we are not good enough because of these blocks. They have nothing to do with you are not being good enough or you're not doing it properly. But sometimes those blocks are also very helpful. It's because we are not ready to move towards our fullest potential. And what does fullest potential actually mean? I want to take off some pressure too. You see, you don't have to do some meaningful work or um, I don't know, meaningful in the sense of meaningful for others, right? You don't have to be someone you're not, right? This path is really not about looking too much on what others do, how others do it, how others represent themselves. This path is really about, hey, where do I want to go? Where do I feel liberated? Where do I feel free? Because we are all free. You can decide on your thoughts and your emotions. Do they come up and sometimes we don't like it? Yes, absolutely. With your awareness, with your consciousness, you can actually direct them to release right away. You can direct them to not infiltrate your body that much. You can learn how to do that until it actually goes pretty much automatically because it's not in your system anymore. It's not in your patterning anymore to all the time think bad about yourself, right? All those negative thinking and talking we have, right? You're not doing this right. You failed again. You're a failure. You're this. You're that. You see, it didn't work. Let's not even start to, I don't know, make a new project. We failed again in relationships. It's not working. I'm broken. I'm this. I'm that. You're not. You're not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. You just are trying to find yourself. And there is this idea of, hey, you're trying to find yourself. Feel liberated by doing so. Feel already free by doing so. There is not this is the right path and this is wrong, and what you're doing right now is not helping you. There is this thing. I since 5 years of my business, I'm creating my website over and over again, and people start to ask me, hey, why do you change your website? And I'm like, well, because I'm trying to create from the inside out, and this is what you're saying. Now, there are people who say, well, but then if you're doing this constantly, this may, I don't know, be not so good for your clients, or it may be this, or it may be that. And the only answer I can give you is, I'm okay with that. This is the way how I create. This is the way how I show up. This is the way how I do life. This is how I do it. It doesn't mean you have to do it. And it's not about, I know it better than you. I just know what is good for myself. I need to see it visually on what I want to produce, what I want to give out from myself. What can I do to serve you more? How can I actually do this in my highest alignment? Well, I can only do it if I see it and do it right away. I need to be in touch with it, right? For me, it's not really about thinking and then it's there. that doesn't work for me. I need to visualize it, I need to do it, and then I need to see it in the end product if that is what I want to create. For example, I have this membership coming up, and it didn't go the way I wanted it to be. So I had now developers on my page actually helping me to build what I was seeking, because it didn't work the way how I wanted to be. And I feel like that's not that's not really a pushback. It's just for me a way of how I do my work. And I feel this is liberating, right? It's liberating because you're freeing yourself, you're giving it to someone else, knowing this person is able to actually do it. So get the support you're needing, right? Get the help you need. I'm doing most of it myself, but sometimes I also have to understand I'm not an IT guy. I'm not a guru who is an IT guru who is doing all the back end stuff. So I have to ask often and seek that support. And I feel like uh, there is nothing wrong with that. But you see, my younger self would judge me for that. My younger self would say, well, if you cannot do it by yourself, why do you start? It's this self talking again. So I felt very liberated this morning when I was just saying, okay, well, I just give this project to someone who can do it better than me, right? Someone who is actually capable in doing that probably way faster than me. And hopefully the end result will look like what I have in my mind, else I need to adjust it a bit. But that's okay, right? That's really okay. So feel into, for you, where do you feel those roadblocks? Where do you feel that? And can you lift them just a bit? Can you allow yourself to feel a bit lighter in that way? Can you allow yourself to go a bit more into the north? Can you allow yourself to be in this higher consciousness state where you actually know who you are? Can you drop into that space, into that area where you feel free? Can you? Because if you can actually start to see how things are changing in your environment very, very quickly, right? I was so stressed about this. As soon as I gave it away, I felt free. I was really like, okay, now I have someone who can do it for me, which is great. And that supports my way, that supports my journey. So going into this higher consciousness states where you actually can sense more of who you are than into the denser areas where everything is quite heavy, where you feel those emotions that are maybe still waiting for you to see it, right? You can go up, but you also have to understand that going up requires you to dig deeper into the self. It means you have to dig deeper into where have you come from. And sometimes you don't even know where you come from, because those are areas that your mom lived, your grandma lived, your ancestors lived, right? It's about what has been given to you that you don't even know. Sometimes we need to know to feel the liberation, and sometimes we just don't. Sometimes we can just allow ourselves to free. So what is holding me back? Can we free that? Can we allow ourselves to free this more up, right? It's quite into a meditative state when you go into that state where you feel, I can let go now. I can just drop this. I can feel it. I can sense it. And then I can let it go. Maybe you need to jump. Maybe you need to crawl on the floor. Maybe you need to scream. Maybe you need to just sit in silence and just listen to these words and actually feel the uplift is already happening, right? That can already help and shift. And going into these territories, going into these high states of consciousness always involves in going a little bit down, going into the self, because we want to be stable. We want this embodied. We want this new energy that we hold, right? This feeling free, this being okay to be free. I mean, look at this. If you feel burdened all the time, if you feel angry or afraid or anxious, right? If you're feeling all those dense emotions and then all of a sudden I'm telling you, hey, you're free. You're free now, right? You're free. You have zero clue how to hold that. Zero. Zero idea. Zero. You don't know because you cannot hold the frequency. You don't know to hold that in your body. So you have to train to hold that in your body. So you're going up all the way, and up doesn't mean better or worse, just so you know. It's just a way of expressing it. So you're going up in consciousness, but you're also going down in consciousness, where you see what is in the hidden places, and then you start to anchor this into your body. Your body is the vessel, the anchor, the container to hold your energy. And if your energy or if your body is well trained, it can actually hold the statement, I am free. And don't we want to be free? Don't you want to feel free? When I was a child, I had various panic attacks every single morning when I had to go to school, and I knew that that teacher is going to um, uh, talk to me a certain way or push me down again. I knew there will be punishment involved. So I had panic attacks every morning, and it was so difficult. It was so difficult. So when I came out of that school system, all I wanted was to be free, but I didn't know how to be free. I didn't know how to live and walk and be free. So I was looking for circumstances that would actually make me afraid, that would give me panic attacks, that would allow me to relive all those patterns, right? So this is why it's so crucial to understand you're not punishing yourself, you're remembering the past to reopen what has been hurting here. And most often actually here in your pelvic area, where the pain is stored, right? I had so many times hip problems where I could feel something's really going on, but my body was showing me very clearly, you're not good, right? You're not healthy. Something is off. While the doctors couldn't find anything, and that was really hard because they couldn't find anything, but I still had that pain. And I was trying to work on this, and I found the more you are in your own darkness, in your areas where you may not feel comfortable in, right? This was the area where I had many panic attacks because I didn't felt safe. I didn't felt loved. I felt unprotected and very much alone, very, very much alone. And it wasn't because my parents didn't do what they could. It was because they didn't know any better. And see, that's not an excuse. But for me, it's a way to understand, hey, there must be something else I can do to heal myself, not to walk around with those wounds all the time, because I don't want to live and relive my wounds all the time. I want to be able to be free. Free is the word. Being free, being in peace, knowing your own worth, knowing that you can actually do better, that you can, not better in a sense, better how others think, but feel better about yourself, feel safe, feel loved, feel comfortable in your own skin, in your own body. That was terrible. I didn't like my body because I was so tall. And then the teacher saw me even, I don't know, 10 miles away, that I was coming. And so I always tried to put myself down to not be seen. Didn't help, obviously. And yeah, so that was really terrifying. I was terrified all my childhood long. And so you got to understand, what is it that makes you want to shrink? And listen, often we don't know. We don't know because those are those things that are irrational. They're not logical, right? I mean, that teacher could have never done me anything really, right? He was not in that um, position to really hurt me, really. But I felt so threatened. I felt so punished by that guy. But probably if I would have just said once, hey, listen, this is not okay. It's not okay what you're doing here. Obviously, I was a child, and I was strongly respecting teachers, and this was why I didn't said anything. But you see, it's funny. I knew that he could not really get me. I knew that. But I never said anything to support myself. I never did that. So I learned to actually stand up for myself. I learned to be not loud, but like precise with my words. I wanted to hit the shit out of my opposite person, right? I wanted they know, hey, this is the roadblock. This is the no, no, no. Of course not, right? This comes from my past. It's not because I'm confident just because. This is because I went through a lot of crap, right? I knew that I can handle it when I'm older, but I couldn't really when I was younger. I didn't feel safe. So you feel into you, or feel into my story. Maybe something similar has happened to you. You know, the reason why I share this story is not to put me in the front light. This is why I oftentimes cannot really share those one-on-one coachings I have. I need permission to share their story. So I'm trying to help you with my own story, to give you a little understanding, and to show you how you can actually liberate yourself, how you can free yourself, right? Freeing yourself is about going up in your consciousness, but also going down. It's like you are seeing way more what is in front of you. You see what is here. And it may be very nice, it may not be. You may be shocked on what you observe, what you're seeing. See, it's not who you are. It is just what is right now open for you, open to see, open for you to see. And when it's open for you to see, you can look at it, and you know. It's the same thing when people tell me, "Oh, I have a secret," and then they share that secret, and they may just have found out that that's really their biggest secret, right? But when they share it with me, I'm not triggered by that, right? I'm listening to that story, and I'm like, oh, okay. For that person, it was huge. It was very big. They felt like so much weight felt from their shoulders. But for the other person, it's nothing, because it's not about them. It's not about, hey, that happened to them. It happened to that person who saw it in their field, who understood, hey, there is something seriously going on, right? And they took that thing, took it into the awareness right here, right in front, looked at it. And because they are not afraid of it anymore, you see what is most Scary is when you know there is something, but you're not looking at it, right? You're avoiding it. You're running away. You're just like, oh, no, 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 not today, not today. And there are days when I'm doing that because I'm not in that space where I feel, hey, I want to look at it. And that's okay, right? That's okay. You don't have to bother yourself too much. But take a moment to actually really look at it. So take it, look at it, and be like, okay, you really bothered me. And sometimes that's the pure energetics. So it's not really about, I know exactly what this is, right? I know exactly. Maybe it's just a feel, right? Maybe it's just like, this, there is something, but I cannot point the finger. I have no clue what this is all about. Lift it up, put it right in front, visualize it, look at it, and say, who are you? What is going on? Tell me. Tell me what I need to know. Tell me. And feel safe from deep within. You know, you can do the anchoring before that. You can do the anchoring where you are doing the anchoring into the floor, right? Where you feel held by the Mother Earth. You can do that before you're doing something like this. But it's very, very crucial that you feel safe and that you are afterwards, that you are using your consciousness and that you are looking at it, because oftentimes you look at it, you start to see it, you start to be so okay, it is here. You're not trying to avoid it, you're not trying to let it go, or, you know, oftentimes it makes this and it's gone. Because the actual act is not, I need to let go, I need to make this go away somewhere, that I'm okay. The actual deal is, I'm just putting my presence right there. And because I'm doing so, I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I'm okay that this thing is here. Don't push, don't do much. Just look at it and then let it go. And as soon as you have done that, you can go up into the heights again and start to see, hey, what is my potential? Where can I possibly go? What is it that I want to experience? What is it that I want to connect to? Can I connect more to my North Node? Can I connect more to what really brings me joy? Can I connect just a bit more to that? Can I feel more free to that? Can I have more love to that? Right? Liberate yourself and start to work on this, on the North Node, on the South Node, and combine the two. This was my biggest, really, I would really say this was my biggest workings around healing my wounds and going into the direction I truly want. I feel, you know, only working into shadow territory or only working in the heights, for me, never really worked, because you do need the embodiment practices. You need to anchor the energy in, else you cannot hold it, and tomorrow will be the same day than today, right? And you don't want that. You don't want that. So with that said, if you want to do more than this, doing more things like that, then come and join the members area soon. It will be open. I planned actually yesterday, but it didn't work quite. I told you before. The members area will be available, well, as soon as it is available, so anytime now. And with that said, what we are going to do is we are going to have monthly gatherings where we do look into those heights and depths. And we go very, very deep into where you want to go, right? This is all about you. What is it that you want to feel? What is it that you want to see in your life? What is it that makes your energy flow? What is it that is in your way and that is blocking you? Let's move that block. Let's move all that is away so you can actually go into those heights. You can actually hold that energy inside of you, so you actually do have the energy and the potential to move into the direction that you really want to go, right? So that is in your in the description box down below. It's $47 US dollars, and yeah, come and join. I'm super, super excited. Our first call will be on 23rd March. And I hope to see you live there. That would be awesome. So with that said, thanks so much. And